Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another extra of the TMossBoss show. I didn't really want to hold your guys' time up too much on this episode. Overall, just wanted to talk about more of the things that's going on in the world. Add more to everything that's going on. Well, I mean, not add more. It's already been added, but talk about it. You know, give you guys my thoughts and things on it and stuff. But anyways, so yeah, there's a new case that then came out against some cops. I guess that all right, I guess so. One cop has shot this disabled man in a wheelchair. I'm like, I don't honestly understand. Like, a 75-year-old man, like, I don't know what he could possibly do to you, but a disabled man, and not only that he's disabled, he's in a wheelchair. So therefore, I don't understand, like, what are these guys, like, man, there's some cops that just don't, like I said yesterday, turn in your badge. If a disabled man in a wheelchair scares you, you need to turn in your badge and stuff. But yeah, I just don't understand that situation. And then, so I guess Drew Brees, so he made this comment. So Drew Brees is a quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. I'm pretty sure people knew that already and things. But anyways, so quarterback for this football team, and I'm pretty sure everybody probably heard this stuff going on where football players is kneeling during the National Anthem some years ago. So he came out and said how he doesn't like that and how it's disrespectful. But then he started facing some backlash. Then he started trending on Twitter for the wrong reasons. Almost getting to the point where he was going to be a part of the such and such as over party, that little hashtag that goes on. But anyways, yeah, he was overall facing some backlash. So he came out, apologized for what he said. And that's what I'm like, you shouldn't even have said that in the first place. Like, my thing is that that's the question I would have to ask Drew Brees is, what would you rather see? Or what would you rather have your kids see? An innocent man getting killed because a cop got his knee in the back of his neck, the innocent man's neck? Or would you rather see somebody protesting against that? I'm saying, like, what would you rather do for yourself? Would you rather kneel on a innocent person's neck or kneel during the national anthem? So I'm like, you can have your views and your thoughts on stuff and be like, look, I'm not going to kneel during the national anthem. That's not my thing. Like, and you know what? If you were to do that, then it wouldn't be no problem. You know, it's like, there's like other ways of protesting, which I agree. But if that's the way that people want to protest, you have no rights to tell that person how to protest. That is their protest. If you want to do a different one, you can do that. If you want to bring that person along, you can do that. But if they don't want to, and they want to kneel during the national anthem, there is no problem with that. In fact, I can't wait for the opportunity where I can kneel during the national anthem. I did like some little video today of it on TikTok, and I'm hoping that it turns into a trend. I plan on doing more videos. That's going to be my protests and things, because I really don't want to go out and about and catch no coronavirus and stuff. So I'm like, I'll do my indoor protesting and things. But anyways, yeah. But I'm like, there's no problem with the way a person protests. If that's how they protest, that's how they protest. You as a person should overall respect that. And it's just like, and how people will respect you, you should show them that same respect. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand how you. And then you go to his social media accounts. He doesn't talk about George Floyd or nothing. He only talked about how he was mad at the fact that people was kneeling during the national anthem. But he did not once mention how a cop kneeled on the back of a person's neck and killed them. So I'm like, bro, if you're going to talk about something, you know, you got to talk about everything. Don't just talk about some things. That's what I don't like when they do stuff like that. They talk about certain things, only things that they feel like that they can overall fight against, but they don't want to fight against everything. No, fight against everything. Don't just fight against some things. Don't just talk about some things. You gotta talk about it all. So that's why I'm like, bro, like, don't do stuff like that. Don't, like, now look, and it's like you faced all this backlash. Most likely people gonna be looking at you different now, because now they know how you truly feel. You trying to apologize, take it all back, and I'm like, bro, that's the thing where I had to tell people, you can forgive a person. You know, you could befriend a person after they apologize and things, but you have to understand what you said, what you did is always going to be there. They're always going to think about what you did to hurt them in some sort of way. So you might think that you apologized to a person, they forgot about it all, but they at points in times of their life, they're going to think about what you said. They're going to think about what you did, and it might leave them in a funk. It might leave them upset. You might lose contact with this person, but you have to understand, you hurt them. You did. So to anybody that's continuously will be friends with Drew Brees, there ain't no problem with that. But if you're hurt by what he said, there's no problem with that either. So yeah, I'm like, that's people. Because I'm like getting distracted by this TV and stuff. Like I'm trying to do like a serious episode, but overall, yeah, like an apology, and I remember it was my old supervisor. She told me that, and that's something that I took heavy. I took that heavy. And that's one thing that I'm like, I don't even know if she'll hear this, but that's one thing that I say that I always, like, me and her, it wasn't like we were like on bad terms or anything. It's like, I don't know why I'm trying to make it sound like we were on bad terms. We were on good terms. But that's one thing that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. Seriously, I'm going to take that with me for the rest of my life, for as long as I live. So I'm like, yeah, that was like when I remember she told me that for the first time. I was like, wow. I never thought of it like that. And I'm like, it's like you try to find the answers for something, and then when you eventually do, then it's like, it's heavy on you. It is. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, it's, he can apologize, but it's like, bro, the damage has been done. You say how you felt. And I'm like, that's how overall people, they're going to see when they see you next time. They ain't going to change, like, all because you apologize and things, and you try and ask for forgiveness. Like, nah, like, yeah, it's like a person can forgive you, but you said how you felt. So, overall, there ain't no change in that. But, that's like, the only way that, I guess, like, if things can be better in your situation is if you go out and you kneel during the national anthem. I feel like that's the only way that I feel like that this stuff can be like voided out on what you said. If you go out and you start kneeling during the national anthem, if you go out and you start protesting with everybody, because I feel like that some people just don't understand why there's people out there kneeling during the national anthem and protesting. There are people that are losing their lives. Do you not understand that? Now, if it was somebody that he knew, if it was one of his family members, or if it was him himself, yeah, he would want people to protest. But since it's a situation that he ain't even trying to think about, because, I mean, what? He didn't post about George Floyd. So therefore, he ain't thinking about this situation. He's only thinking about stuff that he wants to think about. Selective thinking. That's the only thing that he wanted to think about. But other than that, yeah, I'm like, bro, this is the wrong time. You should have talked about that kneeling during the flag, like, when it was happening. When people was, like, still doing it and stuff. Like, when they all, like, when Colin Kaepernick was playing and stuff and he was doing it. I'm going to talk about Colin Kaepernick in a second. But anyways, yeah, this is why, like, but no, you're going to come out and talk about how the way people should protest. And a man just lost their lives and that was the whole reason. So it's like, you came off as, like, you didn't even, like, really care that man died. You just want people to protest the way that you think people should protest. Now, I'm not saying that's how he's overall thinking, allegedly. But anyways, now talking about Colin Kaepernick. No bad words with Colin. No, I can't say anything bad about Colin. Pretty much, the only thing that I can say about him is that probably what he's thinking right now is that he's saying that I told y'all so. I told you guys that, this. He was like, this is what I was overall protesting in the beginning. Now, NFL, they're going to come out in some video talk about, oh, we apologize for past NFL players and stuff. I'm like, man, give that man a job. Give that man, like, you put him back out on, like, where he's playing ball again. I almost was about to say something. I was about to say something, like, extremely just, like, it would have been in poor taste to say. I was almost about to say, like, put him back on the field, but I'm like, nah, I can't. I had to correct myself before I had said that and things. Overall, I would have hoped that people would have understood that I wasn't saying it to be disrespectful, like, I was like meant like football field and things. But overall, I'm like, nah, give this man his job back. Like, that's just messed up where you guys pretty much blackballed him from football, from the NFL, just for you guys to turn around and I remember I was so mad when they came out with that commercial, where they came out in this commercial and they were during the Super Bowl talking about police brutality and stuff, because I guess they did some little contract thing with Jay-Z. And I'm like, are you guys serious? So y'all come out with this commercial talking about police brutality. A man was protesting. He was doing this stuff for free. And that's why I honestly think NFL, they only doing this stuff. They came out in this little video today because it was going to make them some money. They did that little commercial during the Super Bowl with Jay-Z because it made them some money. Colin Kaepernick, on the other hand, he wasn't making them no money. So therefore, they pretty much fired him. It said, like, you come back and you stop kneeling during the national anthem, then, then we'll hire you. But if you're going to continue kneeling during the national anthem, then we're not going to hire you for no teams. That's messed up. That is messed up. And now they're all like, oh, we apologize if we made any, or if we offended any. Man, we ain't hearing that. Damage has been done. And that's what I'm like, if he does go back to the NFL, it's going to probably be so awkward for him. It is. It truly is. Honestly, I'm like, I mean, he still got it. He can still play, but I'm just saying, it's going to probably be awkward for that man. It is. So if he does go back, then it's like, more power to you, man. I hope you win the Super Bowl. But if he doesn't, then yeah. NFL, you got to understand, you hurt this man. Y'all put some damage on this man's heart. And I don't know what y'all can possibly do to, make the situation better and things, but y'all got to understand, like, you put some damage on this man's heart. So therefore, because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, y'all blackballed him from the NFL, so pretty much like just left him without a job. Like, if it wasn't for Nike, that's what I'm like, nah, seriously, I have so much respect for Nike on how much they done stood up for black people when they didn't have to, but they did. So I have so much respect for the Nike. But they gave Colin Kaepernick a contract. He promoted his message through them. They paid him. Sold some shirts, some shoes, and all that stuff. And I'm like, seriously, that is so dope that they did that. So a major, major, major shout out to Nike. Major, major, major shout out to Nike. And honestly, I might just, just to show some support in them and things, I might go out and buy me some Nikes or something. Because I'm like, nah, seriously, they didn't have to do that, but they did. So therefore, I'm like, yeah, you shout out to Nike, man. Major, major shout out to them. But yeah, then it was like Jordan. They said over the next 10 years, they pledged they're gonna donate $100 million to the black community. Then Nike said that they were gonna donate $40 million in the next 4 years to black community and stuff. I'm like, man, it's dope that these companies, they're like coming out and standing up for black people and stuff when they don't need to, but they are. So it's dope that they're doing that and things. But to everybody else, I don't know what to really think of y'all. But anyways, yeah. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned for the next either extra or episode. I don't know. This will just. This could be an episode, but no, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna make it an episode. I didn't do an episode. I called it an extra. I was gonna turn this into extra, but I feel like it's long enough to be an episode and things. But anyways, yeah. Talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for hearing me out, and peace.